So hi and welcome back, and yeah, I'm back down by the river again. Very unexciting. I've got some Agfa portrait film, and it's 20 years expired. I don't think it's going to work. I've got this real nagging feeling that I'm going to get nothing on this roll at all. But we can live in hope with it. And today we're talking about the Velvia I shot when I was in Portugal. Finally got them developed. Yeah, really stunning results, but £22 a roll. No, it's not going to happen again. It's just too expensive for me to do. So anyway, so I've taken these shots, and I'm really pleased with them actually. It almost gives you that digital feel about them, like they were taken on a digital camera, but not. Yeah, it's kind of like the Ektar of the slide world. Years ago I used to use it, and it wasn't that expensive, and now it's just too expensive to do. But anyway, I'm going to go through the photographs with you I took. And I was in a place called Sagres when I took most of the photographs, which is there's like a castle there, but it's not quite a castle. It's really difficult to explain. It's only got one wall because it defends a peninsula. So you have the peninsula behind it, and it has the wall across, so you can't get in from the land side, and there's cliffs all the way around the rest of it. So most of the photographs were taken in Sagres, in this castle peninsula place. But we went to this place, and I wish I'd have filmed it. Hopefully I'm due to go back later on this year, and I'll film this place we went to within the castle grounds, as it were. And it was like an ear type thing. I've got a couple of shots of it, but not very good ones. And I'll see if I can get a Google Earth of it, a Google map of it, so you can see what it looked like. But what it was the whole of where a cave had come in up to the surface. And what they did was they built this thing around it to amplify the sound of the sea crashing inside this cave. And it was the most haunting experience of my life. And I should have caught it on film. I'll do it next time. And I took a few photographs near it, so you can actually see. There was people who put carved their names in it and stuff like that. Anyway, so there's that as well. But anyway, I hope you enjoy, and please don't be disheartened by the fact I've done lens reviews and stuff like that. I've done them before. Going back a long while, I've done them before. So don't be disheartened by that. I am a film photographer, and I'll continue to shoot film. And I've got some rather interesting stuff. I've come up of some slides, other slides, and you'll see it in a couple of weeks. Got some infrared coming as well. That's the other thing, is I've done some more infrared, and use a slightly different technique for that, including using a tripod. Anyway, enjoy. Okay, so we'll take a look at some of the photographs I took. There's over 60, and I'm not going to go through them all. I just want to show you a few of them and see what you think. As I say, Velvia is a film I loved back in the day when I used to use it back in it's first released in 1990, I believe, and I used it quite a lot then, and not so much now because of the cost, but that's enough about that. Anyway, so first of all I'm going to show you the worst photograph I took, but it's not about it being good or bad, it's about why I was taking it. So where I was staying, in this place called Sylves, they have lots and lots of storks, and they nest on top of the walls, and I just wanted to get a shot of it. There was a place where there was some chopped down trees, and so they'd left the trunk of the tree there quite high, and the storks had built nests on there, and there was literally every single tree. There was probably about 60 trees, and they all had nesting storks on there, and that's why I wanted to show you that. Not because it's a brilliant shot, it's because I just wanted to, show you the sort of things that I saw when I was there. I'm going to miss these ones out. Well, I'll show you one. Okay. This is when we were walking off from the most southwesterly point of Portugal, and just give you some idea. And the reason I put the people in was to give you a perspective of just how tall these cliffs are. For some reason, I always like taking photographs with telescopes. Don't ask me why, but I do. So I thought I'd take this one. You see, it's lovely and clean. Lovely and clean. You know, I had high resolution scans done of them as I wanted them to be as best as I could for this. And then I've done this one. Now I think they're birds flying around. There's nothing on the camera at all. Okay, and one more. And I don't know what it is. I have this love of colourful signs, so signs with things just stuck on them, and it's something you probably see in my other videos as well. But I do like it, and and because I was using Velvia, I thought this would make a really nice shot. So that's what I did. And this is looking back, so this is where the lighthouse is, looking back to this like corner, and yeah, it would have been nice to not have the scaffolding. And having said that, I do have a digital one from a few years ago I took of this, and this is one of the places I love going to when I'm in Portugal, so I'll be going back again, and hopefully the scaffolding will be down by then. As I say, I mean, wow, I mean, it's just you know, just don't know what it means, but but anyway, it's a danger sign saying not to go anywhere further forward or whatever it was. So, and I just love these type of signs. I just think they're just, you know, and the beauty of Velvet is it really gives you exaggerated saturation, which I really love. And what photographers loved about it back in the day was the exaggeration of the saturation of colours and stuff, and the warm tone it gave as well. So I took 2 or 3 of this, and I think the first one was probably the best one. And then why I did this one, I don't know. I just wanted to get a perspective with a shallow depth of field. And then we're now up in the castle, and I just wanted to get some shots of the cannons. And I did this on purpose. It's one of those shots you see in those like holiday magazines, you know. And I just thought, oh, why not? So I took a shot, and obviously the focal point is the actual cannon and not the boat. And yeah, so just one of those things. And I wasted a lot of film on the cannons, as you can see. Slightly different exposure on both of those. I did some exposure compensation to see what happened, and you can see there's a huge difference. And this is like, you can see how big this wall is. So we're on, it's one big wall that goes all the way across. So we're on one side of it, and there's a path that goes into the entrance of the castle. As I say, it's peninsula, so it's basically only needs one wall, because the rest of it was all cliff edges. And right in the distance there, you can just about see, is where the lighthouse is, and that's where we'd been earlier on. And they've got a little chapel, and I wanted to get a shot of the Portuguese flag with the cloud. I thought it looked like quite nice. And again, looking across at the different walls. I know these are a bit holiday snappy, I'm sorry, but I just thought you might like to see them. And this one didn't work as well. I wanted the lighthouse in the background. It didn't really work, that one at all. But when you see the sea in these shots that I'm just doing, they're just unbelievable. I'm just so pleased with them. I mean, look at that. Oh, oh my goodness, blue turquoise. Oh. And that's just how it looked. Mind you, it's probably a little bit more saturated than was in real life, but that's what it was like. I've not been to that beach, but I've been to lots of others, and I took quite a few of these. So there's another one, and then there's another one of the top. So where this is like where the wall is on the castle, and I took a few more at slightly different angles as well. Look at that. That looks like it's been photoshopped to death, and it had, trust me, it hasn't. It has not been put through any form of photo filter, anything. That's as it is. And again, this one's slightly overexposed. Now, this has got kind of strange story, because there's guards that go all the way around, like the perimeter of this, saying, do not climb over the fence. Yet there's a gap in the fence, and then all the local fishermen go and fish off the side of the cliff, which is just completely bizarre. And again, this other like lighthouse thing, and I wanted to show you. And there's as I say, there's the perimeter fence that goes all the way around, and you get these people standing on these edges of these cliffs, fishing over the top. A couple of shots of that. And again, this other lighthouse is kind of strange, and I wanted to get a few shots of that. So I'm just going to skip through these. So that I know you've seen it before, but that's that ear thing I was talking about. It's more like a maze type thing. It's not a maze because there's only one way in and one way out, and there's no like blind corners or anything like that. But I just thought I just like this, and I took too many shots of this as well. And yeah, this would have probably worked in black and white if I'd have taken it as a black and white, but I didn't have any black and white film with me, but I thought I'd get a shot anyway. And this is inside this thing as we walked round, and I didn't get any shots of the inside or film footage, but hopefully if I get to go back later on this year, I'm going to go there again. I'm going to get some film footage of it so you can see it. And these are the guys, there you go, sitting on the edge of the cliff fishing. I just thought it was just bizarre. They have these huge signs saying do not pass this point, and then there's a gate you can get through. And I was out, I don't know if you saw the video saying there was no video this week. Well, this is when I was out filming that about saying there was no video this week and doing this. So and I thought I'd get some nice shots of the flowers with a nice bouquet in the background. And this is just near where I was staying. I was walking up to the castle, which is in Silves, but as I say, this one I didn't go into Silves Castle. I've been in there before quite a few times. And this is just the local church, which is just around the corner from where I was. Very old. It's a very old church. And again, look, Velvia comes into its own again with, which is really good because I've even managed to get the shadow area of the actual building. And it's not overly dark, and that's probably my favourite shot of the lot of them. And this is just, so if I turned around from the church, that's what I face. And I try to get the doors and the tree, the overhanging tree as well, and that's come out really nice. So I am actually going to go through all these photographs, I think, the way I'm going. Let's have a look where we are. So there's only a few left to do, and I'm just going to show you these last couple. That's another nice one of the streets near where I was staying. And then these last couple, we went out to a friend's place in a village in the middle of nowhere. And these buildings, these houses, the walls are 2 feet thick. It's because it's to stop the heat. It's basically for insulation in the summer. And I just saw this shot over the brow of this little hill. I thought, yeah, I can't resist that. Again, it's one of those type of shots you get in some sort of magazine. So I hope you enjoyed those slides, and I was really surprised how stunning they look. I'm not talking about my photography. I'm talking about like the colour of the sea, the blues. It was just really gorgeous colour, and that's what I like. And the signs as well of the of where we were when we went down. We went down like a path that takes you down to the sea, and we walked down there, and there was this warning sign there. I really like that as well. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.